How you doing, my fellow moviegoers? Chris is back here in the movie chair, and after 14 years of waiting, The Incredibles 2 has finally been released into the movie theaters. There was a lot of hype behind this one, and I was so happy that this past weekend I got to go check it out, and I would like to share my thoughts with you guys right now. So The Incredibles are back right where we left off in the first one, with them going after the Underminer. Also, the government program used to help keep superheroes underground and undercover has been dissolved, leaving our heroes not sure what they will do next. Fortunately for them, a big-time entrepreneur businessman has come to them and said, "I want to help make superheroes legal again." But there is a catch. Instead of it being Mr. Incredible as the poster child, it's going to be Elastigirl. Now, of course, this is a good twist of having roles reversed and having Elastigirl be the poster child instead of Mr. Incredible. Having Elastigirl in the front and center of this new crime-fighting movement is a good move, and it is kind of interesting to see her and superheroes that she has influenced over the years meeting up together for the first time. But it's kind of like we already know that she's a smart, powerful woman, as we have seen in the first Incredibles movie. Having her step into this role fits like a glove for her, and that means she's able to take control and actually solve mysteries and clues and whatnot about the new villain Screenslaver. But having Elastigirl take control and be like a crime fighter kind of thing, it's not anything really new, you could say, because before she married up with Mr. Incredible, she was already her own superhero who could take control and things like that, so this isn't too far of a leap for her character-wise. However, having Mr. Incredible now become a stay-at-home dad, that's got to be some of the most amusing parts of the movie. Having him in a position that he is not particularly strong in offers up some pretty hilarious moments, and I'm sure you will find yourself laughing at it in the end. But the humor aside, it's also a personal revelation for him as well. Having him deal with his kids in this more of a parental way as a stay-at-home dad, he learns more about what he needs to do to himself to actually become a good dad, and he learns of like his behaviors, thoughts, and attitudes that is actually hurting his relationship with his children, and how he can actually correct that and try to be a good dad to them. And there are some kind of touching moments in this movie where you're seeing him trying his hardest just to try to be a good dad and be supportive of them. And people who watched the first Incredibles movie who are now grown, and even those who have kids now, you may find yourself really connecting with Mr. Incredible in this scene. Now the show stealer is going to go to Jack in this movie. Watching him discover all of the powers that he has in this movie, which are quite a few, can be really chaotic and almost surprising at times. Not really sure what's going to happen next with him as you're watching the movie. Some people may ask, why so many powers? Isn't he kind of like the superhero god now? Well, you could say that, but just remember, he is a baby right now, and, you know, as the old saying goes, when you're a baby, you can be pretty much anything you want to be. But as Jack gets older, I have a feeling that his body will, as his body starts to mature, his body will actually start to choose which powers will be his specialty and actually drop off the rest of them to where he probably just either has one or two. As for the villain Screenslaver in this one, he didn't have that big of an impact as Syndrome did in the first movie. He kind of peaks during the third act when there's a kind of a plot twist kind of thing as to who he is and everything like that. But before that time period, he's just kind of like in the background a little bit. Never see him, just kind of like video messages and everything, but he's never seen as a real threat up until the last part of the film. Which I would like to have seen him a little bit more in it. I would like to have seen him have a little bit more of a storyline into it. A little bit more of a threat in it as well, because since he can hypnotize people with the TV screens, I think that would have been something to investigate more, like, you know, having him do more crimes or something like that, hypnotizing people to commit crimes in the city. But it is what it is. I would like to have seen that. I think the biggest enemy for this movie is time. And when I mean time, I mean the time it took for this movie to come out. Because since it has been 14 years, so many of us has created this like extreme hype and anticipation for this movie to where, you know, how can you meet the expectation that us, the viewers, have put on this thing? And I have a feeling with this film right now, you're going to have people that are going to enjoy the like excitement and hype for it more than they will the actual movie. As for me, myself, I enjoyed the movie. I actually had a good time watching this movie. I really had fun as I was watching it. I would say that it's probably ranked a little bit below the first one. Not much though, like they're probably like really close. Although I have not seen the first one in a really long time, which may have helped me in the end when watching the second one. I don't know, I'll have to watch the first one again and like then do a compare and contrast. But in the theater where I saw it at the end of the movie when the credits rolled, everybody in there gave it like a round of applause and approval. So I think everybody else in the movie theater I was with enjoyed it as well. I know I enjoyed it myself. But what did you guys think of the movie? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it lived up to the hype? I would love to hear what you guys thought down in the comment section below, because that is what it is there for. And please remember to like and also to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with all the upcoming movie reviews that I'll be doing. And if you want to catch up on like a past movie review, why don't you check out this movie review for Solo, a Star Wars story. Alright my friends, that's all the time we have for today. I'll be seeing you guys later, and I will save you a movie chair for the next video.